Hello, Connective. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Like, subscribe, and share without smashing anything. Let's get into this energy. This is a collective reading for Capricorn. Capricorn, let's pull your energy and see what's going on with you today. They are shuffled. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, interestingly enough, before I started this reading, earlier when I was shuffling, this card fell out. So I guess we'll talk about that. See what else is going on. It might not be terrible. I'm sorry, Capricorn. All right. This kind of reminds me of the short for Libra for the bonus reading that I did around Christmas time. It's like, oh, I hope you guys are enjoying the reading. I really appreciate you. I just wanted to give everybody something today. And I went like this. It was like, thanks, fam. You're welcome, Libra. Okay. Well, I mean, we might be walking away from it, so that's good. Like, that might be a relief to some people. We'll see what that is. Let's see what's going on for Capricorn. What is that? Ooh. See? Some things are worth walking away from other things to get to where you're going. I don't want to go through it one more time, but I'd really like a lot more cards here. But you know what? We'll just take what comes out. We'll see what's going on. Oh, that went on the floor, but it didn't. All right. What is that? That's what I thought it is. What the heck? Yeah, I'm going to do you a favor and go through this one more time. I don't think there's any negative cards left in this deck anyway. Wow. Capricorn. This looks a lot different than Virgo and Taurus's reading. Let's see what's going on. What do we got? Nah. Okay. All right. Not one person on the table unless you count. Oh, I forgot. Yes. Okay, so this patience card, a lot of times this patience card comes out with like the divine timing card. Like the divine timing card is either telling me like hurry up or wait, and this is the wait card, but I forgot that there's an angel on this card. There is an angel on this card. This is a persona, so we're going to stick this up here. And then we have community. So these are like real friends, real family, all right? And then the world. Right? So a lot of times it's everything, every single thing. I mean, abundance is kind of like that too, but this is the world. And actually there's a person on here too, and I want to say it's you looking at the world. So let's see what's up, because we also have, well, let's do walking away first. We got walking away from financial constraints and a broken heart. So let's figure out what's up with that. Let's ask Alice. See if we can get some insight on why we need patience unless we are patients, right? Maybe we're waiting for our community. It hasn't come yet. Maybe we're waiting for our world. It hasn't come yet. We're still stuck in this financial constraints. A lot of times with our love and our money, when it's all jacked up, like the other stuff that we're trying to move towards, we can't just bypass it. Oh, let me just stop paying attention to this and then go over here and try to get that. Like, we're toxic in some way. We have to walk away from something in order to be able to get the thing that we're wanting. Such a curious dream. We'll figure out what it says underneath in a second, because I'm not getting the same vibe from that card that I've gotten before. Okay, those cards are coming after me. Let's see what's going on. Let's do one more. Capricorn. Wish I could like just make this great. Let's try to do that. We're going to set that intention right now. Let's see what's up. Make this great for Capricorn. Can you help us do that, guys? Let's see what's up. All right. Oh, interesting. All right. So Virgo got something similar to this. This is nature communication. I mean, it was telling them to like be in nature, but this is almost like someone's on a spiritual awakening and they can like commune with nature. Let me see what else this card says. Flower energies, fairy energies, and elemental messengers. Yeah, this is like a skills and ability card, right? All right, so we have believe, strange encounters. Okay, so a lot of people don't believe in that, or they don't believe that that's possible, like that's them, but this might be you. Like, let's see what this one is too. So the rest of such a curious dream is grounding, returning to reality, and coming home. See, but the nature and stuff, when we're doing stuff like that, we are trying to ground, right? This is like an empath reading, but I don't see any empath stuff on the table. Let's do, well, you know, I mean, honestly, community, like, you don't get good friends from being a bad friend, right? You know, you're not like a terrible person and every good person wants to come and be your friend. Community is good people wanting to support you, right? Like, more than one. I get it if one person could be, like, misled and thinking one thing and da-da-da, but you have a group of people who wanted to support you. You are a good person, like, you deserve it, right? Let's see what the moons have to say. This walking away card, I always take it differently, right? Most of the time I take it like, you have to walk away, you have to walk away, you know? I mean, one time I remember I was like, she's standing near a gate. She could go or she could stay, right? And I think that was also the reading where like the garden and the gate was there. So she literally like had the key and could walk out the gate. And this one, there's a gate too. Like, she's not through it. It's the gate's in front of her. But this is literally like, watch me walk away. Let's see what's up with that. Let's see what the moons have to say. The world. Wow. I can tell you right now, the contrast between this card and these cards, like, we already know we have to get away from this to get to this and this, right? That too, that's skills and abilities. That's somebody who like can talk to animals or talk to trees. Yes, that's a thing. The Dryad card, that's what you should start calling it. The fairies, right? Come on, man, if you don't give me a moon, I'm gonna pull some. Oh my god. Okay, let's go through it. And you know what? We'll do one more time after this, and then if we don't get any more cards, we'll pull one. What is that? Forgive. Ooh. Well, that's an empath statement if I ever heard one. No matter what happens, no matter what your broken heart says, forgive. Forgive. Do the right thing. Forgive. Such a curious dream. No, we don't have to forget what happened. We just have to come to terms with the fact that if we don't forgive, we're carrying this pain with us and we're not doing ourselves any favors. And especially if we've already walked away from like whatever broke our heart, it doesn't do us any good to hang on to that pain because that person is gone. They are not coming back and we're just torturing ourselves. What have we got? So that was that forgive, full moon in Pisces. So there might be a Pisces involved. And then last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. And then last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself. So it might be a Taurus, might be Virgo. Yeah, we have all the earth signs here and grounding and nature. But you know what I see right now? I see last quarter, full moon. Let's pull the blind spot. I want to know what's in our way. Shoot, I got two. You taking both? Taking both. Okay. Technically, I'm a Scorpio, but my progressed chart is now in Capricorn. So I also watch the Capricorn readings. I watch as many Capricorn readings as I do Scorpio readings because Capricorn is also my north node. And that's my north node is like this channel. So we have card number 33. Mind your own business. I'm just kidding. I don't know what this card is. We're going to look it up in a second. And then card number 53. I don't know. It looks like action. We'll see what's going on. gonna have to write these down because you know that blind spot's gonna elude me. What is 33? Ah, 34 is running away from emotion. I'm glad we're not dealing with that right now. Shame. All right, so we've gotten this card before. So 33 is shame. That's this one. I don't know. It doesn't look like shame to me. Sometimes these sigils look like the opposite thing to me that they are, which I find very interesting. And then 53. What is that? So we have shame and almost there, identification. If you have drawn this sigil, you are currently so identified with something that you cannot separate yourself from. That thing, enough that you can't separate from that thing, enough to be objective or conscious about it. Is this about you? Hold on. There's no one else here on the table but you, Capricorn. And possibly some good friends, but those are like, that's not like deceit hanging around the corner. This is either waiting for you or you already have it, right? That's what I told Taurus. And there's nothing here that's like foiling you except kind of like you. So I can't tell if you're moving or if you've moved. Like, if you're going in the direction, if you're trying to figure it out, this does look like after. Because we have such a curious dream, so after we wake up, I believe that the believe and the nature communication, I think that comes from the fact that you don't really realize like how special you are. Again, like empath isn't on the table, but I feel it. And, so it's one of those things where it's like hidden. It's like, maybe you're different. Maybe you don't. Most empaths don't. They think everybody's like them, right? They're like, they make these decisions and they make these decisions like regarding other people who are typically bad friends. And they think that these bad friends are like them and they don't realize that they're totally not. That somebody gravitated to them because they either thought they were like too nice, they could get something out of them, or maybe they just thought they were stupid. I mean, a lot of times this comes up. People don't talk about it, but they do, but not in a way that's like nice. Like, it's like, you're the fool all the time, because you're the nice one, because you say yes. Sometimes we can't say no, but a lot of times what happens is even when we can say no, but we don't because we want to do something for somebody, it's taken as like, well, not only is it taken for granted, but it's taken like, oh, this person can't say no. No, we choose to help, right? We choose to like be that person. And a lot of times what happens is it brings us this, and we, especially if we're like well-rounded enough to know that we made that decision, we kind of go, okay, that person took advantage of us. But what happens is if we don't get to that point where like, if we're not a well-rounded person, we're like so upset by the situation or a bunch of situations that have put us there, then we end up kind of feeling like we did something wrong and then we feel shameful about it, right? We kind of go, I let this person do this, or I was so stupid. I should have seen this coming. Like I should have walked away sooner. Like this person like squandered our money or took all my money, or I had money until I met this person and now it's gone and I feel this way about it. And the moons are telling you, I think this is towards the end here. This is like towards the end, and then you just attend to the details. So you have to see it for what it was. Don't candy coat this thing and put shame on it and spin it around and then try to digest that, because that's not your job. And first of all, nobody wants to do that to themselves, right? They don't want to assume that identity and then be upset about it, right? I mean, you can if you want, but it's self-sabotage, and that sigil's somewhere in here, right? So don't do that. This card is telling you to find the details, attend to the details, and then to be proud of yourself for what you went through. You were authentically yourself. You didn't do anything wrong by being yourself. Even if in certain situations when you knew you should have said no, you said yes anyway because you wanted to, and then you realize that somebody either like wanted to take advantage of you from the get-go and you said yes and you let that happen, or they took advantage of you because you said yes and now you feel like dumb about it. Don't feel dumb about it. Be proud of yourself, that you are authentic, that you are yourself. Not everybody is, and not everybody can say that. And when we say that, we feel bad, and we shouldn't. We shouldn't. You need to forgive yourself. Be proud and forgive yourself. You also need to forgive the other person a lot of times, because forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you, so that you can heal and move on, right? But if you can't forgive them, or you won't be able to forgive yourself, or if you can't forgive yourself, you might not be able to forgive them. You need to do both. You have to be proud of yourself so that you can do both. You have to believe that this can be done, because you have to accept you for who you are. You are a special person. They're not. If they did, they wouldn't have done that to you, because even in breakups, people who are special, they don't do this. They don't do this. They don't make it so that you have to kind of look back and go, watch me walk away. They don't. It's a mutual parting. It might be such a curious dream, but it won't hurt as much, because somebody took care of you or your heart on the way out. They recognized your value. They treated you as such. They let you believe that there is such thing as like positivity and stuff that you want to look forward to, even though the thing didn't work out, right? Even though somebody walked away. There could have even been problems with it too. But they don't leave you at the end like, oh, I'm such a jerk. I should have seen cards that don't want to be picked up. I should have seen this. And then we it's like this is our persona now. That's why you're not on the table. You are on the table. You're here. You're there. You're staring at this planet right here. Right? Don't sidestep where you are, who you are, or that it's the truth. Don't do that, because somebody else mistreated you. Don't allow yourself to assume an identity that you want to be shameful for. Don't do that. Have patience with yourself. These things, they don't really solve themselves. And you're either moving towards this, in other words, you're either going to get to the point where you can find yourself in a place where you can meet people that can support you through situations like this, or you already have this. And you should know the difference. At this point, you should know. I don't right now see bad friends on the table, but you should know if you have this or not. And if you don't, you should be able to believe that it's coming, right? You want to. You want to. You don't want to believe that you should assume the identity of shame. I was going to say comfortable. Usually when I try to censor myself, I say what it is that I was going to say, and I was going to say that this is comfortable. If you're used to being, shameful of yourself, or if you're used to assuming identities that are not positive or they're not yourself, then you need to be more patient with yourself. You need to be more proud of yourself. You need to be more forgiving of yourself. This is you stuff. That's why they're not on the table either, because they're not doing this to you. If you're experiencing shame, you're doing it to yourself. If you need to be told to be proud, then you don't have the pride that you need to have when you go through this. You have to be gentle with yourself in breakups. Even if you lost somebody that you loved, even if you made the mistake, right? You have to forgive yourself. I lost this person. I did this thing. I lost this person. But then again, it's kind of like what we were just saying too. If you're a good person and you did something on accident, you would let that person go in a way where they would not experience shame. You might feel shame because of what you did, if it was accident even, or you might have made a decision and then realized it was the wrong decision later on. So it can be perceived by you as being done on purpose, but it wasn't like you didn't expect that outcome. You know what I mean? And so because you lose something that's valuable to you, you kind of kick yourself, right? And then you just go, well, I'm this and I'm that. No, you're not. We make mistakes. That's the thing. Sometimes that's prepping you for like the new thing. Sometimes it's like another relationship that's more suitable, but you can't see it now because you kind of are wallowing in the mistake of the other situation. It doesn't look like a bad situation. I just see that it hurt you. There's money involved, but I keep saying the money and the love are tied together. There could have been, it could be anything. It could have been shared money and somebody lost a job. Like it could be something that simple as that, you know? But if you're feeling this, if you're this great person over here, and then you're feeling this, you're going to cause problems with this anyway. So you need to walk away from that. You need to walk away from all of this. The shame, the identifying with shame, the being told that you need to like pay attention, basically attending to the details. You need to walk away from not being proud of yourself, and you need to walk away from your inability to forgive yourself, because there's good things coming at you, but right now you're kind of sitting in this. And this isn't even bad stuff. This is like limbo land. Like you're just kind of like, that's why patience is on the table. It's almost like divine timing and you have to wait, like limbo land. Meanwhile, you have community and the world on the table, right? And such a curious dream. And this is returning to reality, coming home. Let's say that you don't walk away from whatever you're carrying with you that hurt that you need to heal from, right? And it could cause problems in the future, by the way, if you don't. Let's say you keep the shame and you make it your identity. You are now the persona of shame, right? You don't care about the details because the story that you're telling yourself is just easier, right? You're not proud of yourself. Why should you be? You lost somebody that you love. You kind of did it, or maybe you didn't do it. Maybe they did it and you couldn't stop it and you blame yourself, right? You need to forgive them. You need to forgive you, so that when you come into like recognizing who you are and being able to believe it, you're not stuck on this. Yeah, you're going to keep going back. Oh, I'm special and I got to believe it, but I did this, right? And this card is the card that brings you back to like who you are. Inherently, you know that you're not this. So when you tell yourself this, it doesn't feel good. It's not because it doesn't feel good. It's because your soul knows that to not be true. So now you're telling your soul something that it already knows not to be true. It's just waiting for you to figure that out. Coming home. Your higher self kind of goes, okay, we have work to do. They think they're a terrible person. They have all this stuff. This relationship was never really meant to survive anyway because we're trying to bring this other person in, but now they're stuck here, staring at the world, being patient because nothing is moving, right? Nothing is moving. We may or may not have the community, but I'll tell you something. Even if we have the community and we're putting ourselves through this, we either may not share with them, or when we do share with them, we're not going to listen to what they say because we're still over here. I did this. I let this happen. I made a mistake in my relationship. We all make mistakes in our relationship. There's a good possibility that whatever happened, even if you're taking on the responsibility of the ending, it's a possibility that that person made the mistake and not realizing how special you are. If you don't realize how special you are, this is totally possible, right? And even if you knew, even if you were like, I know how special I am, and this person didn't know, and they put me through so much stuff that I feel shame, you have to forgive them and you to move forward. Again, it's possible that the relationship was never even supposed to work in the first place, or it wasn't supposed to work now. I mean, people do get back together again, especially when you're talking about like twin flames and stuff. They have to get together for the push-pull for it not to work so that they can separate, do the work, and then come back together. I mean, it's very general, and it's, you know, different twin flames and different functions, but for the most part, that's the idea. And I keep bringing it up because a lot of people are like, no, because I'm not done with this, I'm not done with this, I'm not done with this. Be done with it. Be done with it so that you can go ahead and move in a direction that's productive, because right now you're just sitting in this. We're getting really close to pulling the healing cards because I want to find out what's going on with this. This is almost like an empty reading in the way where the details aren't extremely specific. What's loud and clear is that this is you, all you on the table. I mean, when I do readings, I'm very careful not to make, I don't like it. When I look, I'm just going to tell you right now, Capricorn, when I watch other people's readings and they're always like, when I'm watching another tarot card reader, but I'm watching my reading and there's always another person in my reading and my reading is never about me, I will stop watching that person. I'm not trying to cross watch every single thing. I'm not spying. I don't want to sit around and not do any work. I'm not trying to do all that. I want to know about me. Tell me about me. So these readings a lot of times are about you, and because I talk a lot about relationships and healing and boundaries, of course there's other people involved. There's not only there's you. It's just you on the table, Capricorn. This is all you. I think that's the name of your video. And we have 2 blind spots. You know, they go together. I mean, shame. The identity thing, okay, maybe you don't have shame. Maybe you're assuming another identity that's not shame, but it's still negative. So yes, it could stand alone in that respect, for sure. For some of you, you just have shame, but you don't make it like, it's not your identity. Like, you know the difference. You wouldn't take it that far, so I get that. For some of you, it's both. You are just running yourself into the ground about this, and there's no need to do that. That's why forgive is on the table. Nobody would tell you to forget. They'd be like, you fucked up. Like, we don't even need to see this anymore. No. First of all, you got to forgive to move on. But like I said, like I started to say earlier, let's pretend you do none of it. What happens when that new person comes in? You bringing this? You gonna bring this? You gonna bring this to the new person? You bringing this? Don't bring this. You're bringing this, you're bringing this. You're bringing this, you're bringing this, you're bringing this. And if you get somebody who's healed, is worth a crap, they're going to do this. You cannot do that. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself. You have to be proud of yourself. You have to recognize how special you are. You have to see things for how they are. You have to believe it. You see it? Oh, that's not it. No, you need to believe it. Have patience with yourself while you're trying to do that, because you're still trying to get to the community and the world card. It's here on the table. The world card almost jumped out of my hand. It's here on the table. It's waiting for you. It's going to be as patient as you want it to be. As long as you want to sit in this. I always say, like, the stuff's going to happen anyway. Like, I don't see that on the table. But I mean, as life's moving forward, you'd have to get through this, right? I mean, if you wanted to sit in it, you could. But things always are moving forward. So what does sitting in it look like? What does sitting in it look like? We're going to find out. We're going to pull some more cards in the extended, Capricorn. If this is your reading, meet us over at the extended. If not, until we meet again.